I've just got back from Holland. It was amazing. It was so special. There's so much I can't share and so much I didn't film because I was just with family and it was Chag and it was Shabbat. But it was just the best week. It was so good. Obviously the Kazri concert, I haven't even had a chance to speak about that yet. That was amazing. I think my favourite thing, obviously seeing the show and seeing them and singing the songs and everything was incredible, but what I really, really loved was even just getting on the tram and then also before and after and during, just seeing everyone dressed up. And at the end, I think I filmed some clips, you know, we were still singing the songs when we were at the tram stop, and it was just that, being part of that was amazing. But also singing every single line, like I knew every word, and just getting to relive it all from my childhood. It was very, very special. So yeah, that was the concert. And then obviously I travelled up to Holland. As I say, it was Chag, it was a Jewish holiday, so we were just with family. And then my cousins came, one of my cousins came as well after Chag, which was so special. It was just amazing. Just so lovely to be together. Family really does mean a lot to me, and I've said this before, and it's genuinely one of the reasons I left Australia. I felt too far away, and I'm so grateful that I have really made the most of being here, because the first few years after I moved away from Australia, it was COVID, so I didn't get to make the most of it. But now I really feel like I've got to be closer to the family. I've got to join in on these occasions where other family members come to a place, and it was just so special, so lovely. And then I took the train home, which is the first time I've done that. We have taken the Eurostar, gosh, before we left Australia. I mean, before we moved to Australia, so a really long time ago. And at that time it didn't exist from Holland, it only existed from, I think it was from France, maybe Brussels. But regardless, it was a long, long time ago. So it was so nice. It's just so comfortable, so easy. I love looking out the window. Like I read maybe 2 chapters and I listened to some songs, I think, but I really mostly was just looking out the window. Like that's what was passing my time, was just looking out the window. And it's crazy how quick it is. It's crazy anyway how quick the whole journey is, but especially the bit where you're in the channel and you can't look out the window, it's like half an hour maybe. It's crazy. You can go from France to England in half an hour by train. Like it's just mental. I love Europe, and I love Holland. But it's amazing because even after all these years, and even after having gone back to Holland a number of times since I moved back to this side of the world, I still feel every time I arrive, there's something about the air and the land and the landscape that just really does feel like home. It's so intrinsically right for me. And I don't think clearly that's ever going to go away, and it feels very special whenever I do get to go back and I do get to feel that and then also share it with family. And it was just a really great trip. It was really wonderful. For the rest of this week, I've got tomorrow I'm working, and then it's a Jewish holiday starting tomorrow night, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'm working Thursday, Friday, then Friday night it's Shabbat again, then Saturday it's Shabbat obviously, and then Sunday it's my birthday. And I've got no plans currently. Well, that's not true. I'm working a very long day, which is something that I've decided because Wayne's going to be away, and I just figured we'll just do all the fun things the weekend after. So it's going to be a busy week, I think, and it's going to go quick, I imagine. But there's so much I need to do. I've got such a long list of things that I want to get done, and a lot of it I won't do over Chag or Shabbat, so I don't quite know how and when I'm going to get everything done, but we will see. We will work on it. I think that's everything for now. I may not see you again until after Chag, so that will be Wednesday night, Thursday at the earliest, but we'll see. We'll see if there's anything else to share. All right, bye! Hello. So I have just spent the last hour or so unpacking and finally changing over my winter stuff and summer stuff. If you don't know, for the last little while, because I've been living in small spaces, I keep my winter clothes away during summer and vice versa, and I usually change around April and October, give or take. We had a really warm and long summer this year, so I pushed back the changeover until after I got back today, but actually I feel I should have done it earlier. I've managed and it's been fine, but I think it would have been better to have some more of my winter clothes. Even though it's not been that cold, there's just items I've missed. And one item that I am so excited about, because I haven't had a chance to use it, I don't think, until now, is this mug. I got this mug on the ship, so 2023. October 2023, I think it was, and I've not had a chance to use it since, but isn't it the most beautiful thing? Maybe I have, but I don't remember drinking anything out of this, and it's so beautiful. It makes me so happy. And I put my Marbella mug away in exchange because it is quite summery, I felt. And when I put away my winter stuff last time, or earlier this year, I really tried to mostly use one big case, and that was it. I have one giant case that I've been using to store a lot of like memory stuff, sentimental things, or merch that I don't wear, or, you know, things like that from past jobs or whatever. But until now, I've also always put a remainder of either the summer or the winter clothes in that case. And it means that you have to grab it out of the storage, and it's heavy and it's big, and its wheels don't work, it's a broken case, that's why I use it for storage. And so when I did the winter swap over last time in April, I said to myself, I'm gonna put as few things as possible into that big case and keep everything else somewhere more accessible. And so this time, as I was taking it out, I said to myself, we're gonna avoid putting anything in there that I need in 6 months. I've got some spare notebooks in there, and I've got some, well, all the merch still and things like that, but nothing that I could really need in the next, you know, when I do my next changeover. And as I was starting to put my summer stuff away, I was thinking, I might need it. I might just need the space. But I've got it all in with a little bit of playing room, but really not much. So I'm very happy about that, although I am a little bit concerned for the next changeover, because obviously winter gear is thicker and heavier and takes up more space than summer stuff. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to keep at this, but I hope that I can, because it definitely will make my life a lot easier. And I do this every time and I always forget, but I've really tried to note down what's where, because I mentioned, and maybe I didn't mention, that I have special prayer books for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur that I couldn't find, and they were in that big case. So I've now put them somewhere else, and I've made a note of where they are, as well as my Pesach, like also a special book, the Haggadah. So hopefully everything will be easier in the next 6 and 12 months. All that's left to do now, 2 things. Number 1 is film a clip for my decluttering video and talk about what I'm gonna try and get rid of. And number 2, well, actually there's 3 things. Number 2 is get rid of, you probably can't see it, there's a big pile on the bed I need to go through. It's all stuff that I'm putting in my cupboard. I just need to find where to put it in the cupboard, and that's number 3, which is rearrange some stuff so that nothing is too squished and I know where everything is and it's all clear. Because I have very different types of clothes between summer and winter. In the summer, I have loads of dresses, I have not very many jumpers or layers, you know, scarves, hats. I've got 1 of each and that's it. I've got, you know, quite a few short sleeve t-shirts, but not too many. And that's probably the basics. Whereas now I've got obviously a lot more jumpers. I've got quite a few thicker jumpers, fewer dresses, which is great because I've just put the jumpers in the hanging cupboard, and it's still squished, but it's always going to be squished, but it works. But I've got loads more long sleeve, which I wasn't expecting. I've also obviously got thicker pajamas, so that takes up more space. I've got more hats and scarves and gloves and coats. I've got more coats. So we'll need to go through the spaces in this house and just rearrange some stuff and make it all work. This smells good, I'm excited. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that right now or wait, but I'm glad I've at least done the changeover, so I do have access to the clothes. That feels significant to me. I probably will do it this evening at some point because I don't want to leave, you know, all the clothes on the bed or the cupboard in the state that it's in. It's quite messy at the moment, so I probably will go through it. But as I say, not right now. For now, I'm just gonna sit for a bit because my back hurts and enjoy my tea and watch some YouTube and chill. Yay! I'm so happy about this. This has made me very happy. Yay! Hello. Chag went out about half an hour ago and we've made it to the end. It has been nice, but it just gets a bit much. Last year I was in Australia, so even though it was a lot, or, you know, the same amount, it felt different because my work wasn't being disrupted. I think that's really what it comes down to. And obviously I've been away as well, which has been lovely. But definitely the work disruption has really bothered me. So I'm actually looking forward to getting back to work tomorrow and back to just like regular routine. So yeah, looking forward to that. Not looking forward to waking up early, but it'll be all right. It's only for 2 days and then it's Shabbat again, so we're all good. I've been battling something for the last little while. I went to the Cadre concert on the 5th of October, and I think on the Wednesday, I think that must have been the 8th or the 9th, I started to feel a very light tickle in my throat. Nothing major, but just something that was a little bit uncomfortable. And afterwards, I had seen a couple of posts on Twitter of people saying that they'd picked something up at the Sportpaleis when they went to psychiatry, and I'm wondering if I caught the same thing. But I've still had a bit of throat pain. It's been getting less, which is wonderful. Although the last 2 days or so I've been coughing a bit more and feeling it like in my chest. So it's all just not much fun, and I can still feel that it's not quite right. But I'm really hoping, like, it's been over a week. Well, it's been a week since I think the symptoms started, but it's been over a week since I went to psychiatry. So come on, let's get rid of you. I have pulled out the candle that Sam gave us at the start of this year. She is from America and we did some gift swaps, and when she sent me this, I smelt it and I thought, this is really summery, so I'm gonna keep, I still had some autumnal candles that I wanted to keep for the winter period, and then I thought I would pull this out for the summer, but it was a very, very hot summer, and so we didn't want any excess heat in the flat. But now we are back to winter and, well, cooler weather at least. And I'm gonna light this, and the reason I'm gonna light it is because we are very much nearing the end of this gorgeous candle. I think it's apple and cinnamon, I'm not sure. We had this one sort of last winter as well, and I love the smell of this, and I'm actually smelling it now, which is so nice. I feel like I don't always smell candles, but as you can see, we're very near the end, and Wayne asked me to save it for him, and he's not going to be home for a few more hours, so I figured I will start burning this one so that at least I can have a candle, and then we can burn this one tomorrow or another day when he's home. Now, often they tell you to burn for a minimum amount of time. This burns for 40 hours, that's a long time. But I'm not sure what that minimum time is, but to be honest, I'm gonna keep it on like all evening, so that's okay. It's gonna be a couple of hours anyway. Oh, can I get it open? There we go. Yeah, it's very, very different. Definitely more summery, but I don't really mind. It's more about the candle rather than about the smell, to me. And although I would say we are in peak autumn, we're definitely not in peak winter yet, so we've got time. And also, we're not gonna be able to get these like this time of year, whereas we will be able to get more of the apple cinnamony ones. I don't like lighters. I don't like match. I don't like fire. I like candles, but I don't like fire. We did it. Yay. Oh, yay. You can probably hear my computer whizzing in the background. I'm now catching up on things, including editing a video, which I'm really hoping to get done and sorted before evening. Well, it is evening before I go to bed. I don't think I have much else to tell you. I feel like I've used the days off as productively as possible, considering it was Chag and I couldn't do everything. I'm now, the plan for the next sort of half hour before I start making supper, I'm hoping to take some pictures for Vinted, because I think I mentioned on here that I'd very excitedly started Vinted and then I got kicked off. I think I got hacked or something, which was not very nice. So I created a new Vinted account, but then it wouldn't let me re-upload the old pictures, so I've had to take new ones, and I haven't had a chance yet because I was in Holland. So we're gonna do that this evening. At least take the pictures. We're obviously not gonna upload all of them tonight, but then at least I've got them ready on my phone and we can sort of slowly drip feed them onto Vinted. I will have it linked below, so you can have a perusal and see if there's anything that looks like you might want it, because I am very much just wanting to get rid of them. I feel like I had something else to say about that. Oh yeah, I need to try and find, I can't be bothered wearing the clothes, but I want to try and find pictures or videos of me wearing items so that I can also put them online, if you will, because apparently that helps. We'll see. All right, I'm gonna get cracking with that. And I will speak to you all, probably not again tonight, potentially tomorrow, I don't know, we'll see. I've got a lot of vlog editing to do, but I feel like once I've caught up to the Gayatri concert, there's not going to be much else. So I do think that's going to give me probably 2 videos, so I do think I've got some time to film some more. But we've got to start having some more interesting times, I guess. And I have absolutely nothing planned for next week. So I don't know how much there will be to share, but we'll see what happens. I'm getting inspired by like I've been really trying to get inspired because I felt my well run dry a little bit. And so I've been trying to get inspired in different ways for potential YouTube videos. And suddenly I've had like an influx of ideas, which is wonderful. But I then need to find the time and space and everything, energy to film them. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But it's nice to at least feel inspired and have ideas, because I have ideas for the end of year for Vlognica, but we've got a period of time, sort of the entire month of November currently is empty. So let's try and fill it with some things. All right, that is all. I will see you all at some point. Hello, you can hear the kettle boiling, my throat. I thought it was getting better, but it seems to have got worse, which is not much fun. It's not very painful, it's just very uncomfortable. And I've now got the added bonus of a blocked nose. Not completely blocked, and let's keep it that way, but it makes breathing harder and it makes you breathe through your mouth, and that also doesn't help the throat. Wayne left this morning for the weekend, and it made me sad. I mentioned in my birthday video, which I filmed before, but it hasn't gone up yet, but it will have gone up by the time you're watching this. Very confusing. I mentioned that I was a little bit sad about being on my own, and that was a choice. I could have planned things differently. Once I knew that Wayne was going to be away, I sort of said, right, I'm just going to work all day and that's how I'm going to keep myself occupied. And we've got fun things planned sort of in the weeks after, but the day of my birthday itself has very much literally just been left up to work. And I definitely felt a sadness when he left, but it's okay. I think it feels worse now than it will on Sunday. I think it's like, again, the thought of it. But also what's interesting is I'm feeling more sad than anxious, which I guess is a good thing, maybe? Guess which mug I'm gonna use? I bet you can't. Maybe I haven't even, no, I've definitely shown you, haven't I? The mug, yay! I was gonna say something else, but I seem to have forgotten. Oh yes, two things. First of all, I was thinking last night about the fact that Wayne was going to be going today, and I was trying to remember if we were together last year for my birthday, and I was racking my brain trying to think what I was doing last year for my birthday. I could not figure it out. And I was like, I know I was in London. I know Wayne wasn't living in London, but was he working? Was he working nearby? Was he somewhere else? I just could not figure it out. And then when I did remember that he was working not too far from London this time last year, I was like, why weren't we together? Like, I knew that we hadn't been together, but why were we not? And I asked Wayne as well, and he didn't know, he couldn't figure it out either. So I looked at my photos from last year. I was in Australia. I was in Australia last year. That's crazy. Like, I just completely blocked that from my mind. Crazy. Oh, my battery's about to die. But what's interesting is I thought that I wanted to go back to Australia once a year and that would sort of be good. And now I've not gone in a year, and probably, you know, total won't go for about a year and a half. And we'll see how I feel at the end of the year and a half. But right now, I'm like, I don't feel the need to go back to Australia. Maybe it also helps that I saw my father recently and I was with family recently, like that always helps. But yeah, I don't feel any sort of need to go to Australia, whereas I did, I think in 2023. That was the first time I went back after COVID, and I was a bit like, okay, it's time. And even last year, I feel like I felt that a little bit, but anyway. And the other thing that makes me sad about Sunday, and then my camera will die probably, because of my working hours, I'm not even really gonna have a chance to speak to my parents or my family in Australia, and that also makes me sad. But it's okay, it's fine, it's gonna be fine. It's not gonna be as bad as I'm like, it's not even gonna be bad. I'm just sad at the thought of not being with anyone, but I'll be okay, like I'm fine on my own. It's just thinking ahead to it. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy my tea and charge my camera, and I will see you all probably either tomorrow night, well, probably tomorrow night, let's be realistic. But otherwise, on Sunday. Oh my gosh, anyway. Ah! Wow, well done, Raquel.